Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Drag Chat. Hi, Rosemary.
Hi, Z. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Good. Well, we're at the recap, the last episode before the finale. And boy, did they fucking give us a lot of stuff in this episode. They gave us way too much stuff for us to have a concrete formula as to what we're supposed to do this episode. But she called it Countdown to the Crown, the Fashion Edition. So everybody, that's what we're going to do, is the Fashion Edition of RuPaul's Drag Race Drag Chat, including our Ru gowns, the best and the worst, and our drag cats and our drag rats. We're going to count them down for you. But first, let's get to that Born Naked video they debuted at the end of the episode. I don't know about you, Rosemary, but that was the worst RuPaul video I have ever seen.
It was terrible. It looked to me like they, like it wasn't a final cut. Like they were still in the middle of doing something. You know, like they were just rehearsal. Let's put it that way. I was left waiting for more. Like, what's going on? It was really weird.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just terrible. Sorry, Ru. And I have to say, it's not one of my favorite RuPaul songs either.
No, it wasn't.
No, I mean, I love the saying, you know, you're born naked and the rest is drag, and I'm glad she made a song out of it, but not my favorite song, and definitely not my favorite video at all. That, to me, was a drag rat video. Sorry.
I still love the Pearl Smash in it, though.
Now, everybody, normally at the end of Drag Chat, while we are commenting on the RuPaul Drag Race seasons, we do our top 3 predictions going for the crown. Well, we already know who the top 3 are, but I just want to go over what we have predicted over this season of Drag Chat. Our number 1 prediction, with 10 predictions between Rosemary and I, was Ginger Minj. And wow, what do you know? Ginger Minj is in the top 3.
That's right. That's right.
The next one that we had predicted the most happened to be Pearl, with 9 predictions between us. And what do you know? Pearl's in the top 3.
That's right.
Love it. Now here's where we kind of lost it a little bit. And see if you could tell who Rosemary and I were kind of favoriting. The next one that came up in our top 3 predictions combined over this past season was Katya, with 8 predictions between us. But Katya, unfortunately, didn't make it. Sorry, girl.
Yeah.
We wanted you, obviously. Next up, we had Max at 6 and Violet at 6. They were tied for our predictions at 6 each.
Yeah.
And as you all know, Violet ended up in the top 3. So our top 3 are Ginger, Pearl, and Violet. But our predictions were Ginger, Pearl, and Katya. We missed by 1.
By 1.
Just
yeah.
by 1. I think we did a damn good job.
We sure did. We sure did.
I love it. And if you didn't see all of our predictions, well, then you'll just have to go back to episode 1 and watch them all through episode 12 to see them all. Thank you very much. Okay,
That's
goodbye.
right.
Normally in our Drag Chat episodes, when we talk about RuPaul's Drag Race, we start with the workroom chit-chat. And since they were going over the RuPaul Season 7, I think Rosemary and I will do that also with our workroom chit-chat. Rosemary, what was your favorite workroom chit-chat moment this season?
My favorite workroom chit-chat was in episode 7 when Katya and Miss Fame came together and supporting each other. Well, actually, it was Miss Fame more supporting Katya with that whole issue of Katya's sobriety, and Miss Fame admitting that she had been sober for 9 years. And I just thought that was so touching that, you know, one queen, they're in a competition for $100,000, and the one queen is there helping the other queen get over her issue or supporting her in confronting that issue. So I thought that was very touching, very moving, and it left an impression on me.
Rosemary, before I say this, well, fuck it. I agree. That was what I wrote down for my number one workroom moment, was the Katya Miss Fame connection there.
Mm-hmm.
The support and love that they showed each other and no judgment towards each other. They connected, and they connected on a level that none of the other queens there would understand or could understand.
Right.
What I want to say to all of you that are watching out there, Rosemary and I do not discuss our answers to these questions or these situations until we are actually filming and talking to each other like we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what Rosemary was going to say, and she had no idea what I was going to say. Is it great minds think alike? Or is it just warm hearts feel the same? I don't know. Sometimes we agree and sometimes we don't. This time, I think both of our hearts, Rosemary, connected because that was my number one workroom chit-chat moment, was that connection between Katya and Miss Fame.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, on to the fashion edition of RuPaul's Drag Race and the fashion edition of Drag Chat. That's us. That's the show that you're watching right now. We are going to start where the fashion always starts, and that's with RuPaul. RuPaul gave us 12 extremely dragalicious, fantastic RuPaul looks this season. But Rosemary and I are going to count down our top 3, from 3 to 1, telling you what our favorite RuPaul look of the season was. Rosemary, what was your number 3 look of the season?
Well, I'm going to refer to my notes because it's a bit. My number 3 was from episode 9, where she had the Art Deco gown that had her face imprinted on it. And the reason why I liked that one was because it really, really showed off her body, her shape. The silhouette was beautiful. And everything about that look to me was wonderful. My number 2 was the red gown that she wore in episode 12. It fit her like a glove. There again, I like it when she wears something that shows off her physique, you know, because she's beautiful. She's tall, she's slender, she's forever. And then my number 1 is the purple gown that she wore in episode 2. Of course, purple being one of my favorite colors, but I thought that was absolutely stunning.
Those are great choices, and you'll see why I said that. My number 3 Ru gown was week number 6. The dark green that she wore. It was kind of like a blackish green, and I just loved that one. Mm-hmm. Again, it was just, like you said, it was one that was form-fitting to her, and I thought the color was great on her. My number 2 was week number 2, the purple gown, the same one that you picked.
There you go.
I loved that color, and I loved the way it fit her, and I loved that color on her. Now, don't get us wrong, everybody. We're not talking about her makeup or her hair here, because Ru's makeup and hair is always fucking perfect. Let's just admit
always.
We're just talking about the gowns here. My number 1 choice was the week 12, the red gown.
That was a beautiful one too, yeah.
It was just beautiful. I think she saved the best for last. I loved it. And like I said when we first saw it, who the hell gets away with wearing cascading bows all the way down a dress? Nobody but RuPaul. Hello?
That's right.
Now, to be fair, we drag cat and we drag rat all the queens. We're going to do it to RuPaul right now. Those were all our drag cats, including our number 1 drag cat looks for RuPaul. But now we're going to drag rat her. Rosemary, out of all the gowns, which RuPaul gown was the drag rattiest?
That had to be the one from episode 4.
Oh, you mean the one that we've nonchalantly titled #ButtFuckingUgly?
The very same one. The very same.
That's my drag rat RuPaul also. Oh my gosh. Hashtag butt fucking ugly. That's just, I still can't believe she wore that.
I don't know. I think that was a weak moment.
Oh my gosh. She had too many Tic Tacs for lunch that day. That was the
Yeah.
problem. She was trying to cover them all up. Oh my gosh. And what Rosemary and I are going to do is count down our top 3 drag cat and drag rat moments, or shall I say, drag cat and drag rat looks. Rosemary, who were your drag cat looks? 3, 2, 1.
Number 3 for me was week 2, Pearl's jet set look. I thought she just looked fabulous in that outfit. That to me was, I think, the best look that they've had. Well, no, there was a couple of other ones that were nice, but that one was, for me, the best. And then for number 2, I have episode 10, which was Katya's half man, half woman. I thought she captured it so beautifully, the female part, but more importantly, the male part. I mean, everybody commented on how gorgeous she looked as a male. So that to me was my number 2 pick. And my number 1 was Miss Fame's gold and black gown from episode 1. I thought that's when I fell in love with her, when she came out with that gown. It just blew my mind away that someone can be so beautiful on that show.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I just love it, love it, love it. Well, my top 3 drag cat looks were, at number 3, I have Katya from week 7, the leather and lace outfit that she wore.
That was nice.
I thought she nailed it. I just thought she nailed it, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 was Max, week number 3, the bearded lady, the Salvador Dali bearded look that Max brought out. That was one of my favorite drag cat looks of the whole season. And my number 1 drag cat look of the season is Miss Fame from episode number 1, the Golden Lady, just like you.
Great minds do think alike.
Absolutely stunning. It was stunning from head to toe. I don't think anybody topped that look the whole season. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was beautiful. As you know, Rosemary and I do our drag cat and our drag rats every week. The queen who had the most drag cat looks of the season on Drag Chat this season was a tie between Katya and Violet. They had 5 drag cat looks each. Woo! Oh, I love it. It was a tie. I wonder if they'll fight each other for it.
Oh my God. I like to see that fight.
Oh, wouldn't you love it? Katya will just lift up her legs and kick her, and Violet will just corset her to death.
That's right.
Now, the drag rats. Before we get into our top 3, or should I say bottom 3 drag rats, the one who got titled the most drag rat, or the most drag rattiest,
There you
or
go.
the biggest drag rat. I don't know how to put it in the right way, but the one who had to go out by the dumpster and eat the motherfucking cheese the most was Jaidynn Diore Fierce. She appeared on the drag rat list 7 motherfucking times, followed by Kennedy with 6. Now, Rosemary, counting 3 to 1.
Yes.
Who was the drag rattiest? Who ate the most cheese? What were your 3 drag rat looks?
My 3 drag rat looks were number 3, Jaidynn, episode 1. The look was not appropriate for her body type. That's when we first met her. And she
Right.
just didn't wear the right thing for the first introduction. So that kind of set the stage for the rest of the season. And then number
Right.
2, again, Jaidynn, episode 5, on a pink prom dress. I think you called it a loofah.
Uh-huh.
And then my number one was Kennedy's chicken outfit from episode 6. Tony the Tiger on crack. Those are my picks.
You mean the crystallized phoenix hooker from the ashes?
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Well, my number 3 was Jaidynn and the loofah. The loofah, fa, 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 fa. She wore the shredded bathing sponge. That's all I know. So that was number 3. Number 2, Kennedy in her cracked hooker chicken outfit. Oh my gosh, that was just so bad. They're still talking about that. We're still talking about
I know,
that.
right?
And my number 1 drag rat look of the season was Jane Dior Fierce as a bearded lady. Just
yeah.
And for those of you that haven't watched, I want you to know that I think the reason that Jaidynn hit the drag rat count 7 times out of the season, and I think, Rosemary, you'll agree with me, is because she basically wore the same outfit every time.
Yes.
She never really changed it up. And Rosemary and Rosemary, I believe you'll agree with me also, Jaidynn is extremely beautiful. Beautiful.
She
queen.
is. She's got a beautiful face.
You know, it was never really her face, her makeup, or her hair. It was just the outfits that she wore. And each week as she went on, it was just the same damn thing over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. So that's why she ended up on our drag rat list so much. She's a fierce queen. She's beautiful. But, honey, you need to go shopping really, really bad. Either that or hire a stylist.
There you
You're
go.
on RuPaul's Drag Race now. Maybe you can afford it. Hello. All right, we all know who is up for the crown, who the top 3 are: Ginger Minj, Pearl, and Violet Chachki. And we will see who wins next week. But we're also going to see who the public voted for Miss Congeniality. Rosemary, who would you like to see win, or who do you think deserves to win Miss Congeniality for this season?
I think that the person that should win Miss Congeniality for this season is Max. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. She was really the only one of the queens that I've seen there that was consistently trying to help the other queens. I mean, she helped Jaidynn Dior Fierce when she had that meltdown on Shakespeare. And she helped Pearl when Pearl had her little meltdown. And even though Pearl bailed on her and she had to pretty much do, all of the preparations for the challenge on her own, she didn't hold a grudge, and she still helped her. And she said, don't worry, we'll get over this, we can do it. And I think she was wonderful during the whole time. I was very surprised when she was voted off because I thought she was great. So I think she should definitely get Miss Congeniality.
Right. I have to agree with you. I think Max had all those qualities that you just mentioned. And I believe that throughout this season on Drag Chat that we were talking about the Miss Congeniality and how it was going to go to Max. Mm-hmm. She just seemed to take over that mother hen role throughout the season while she was there.
Yeah.
Still shocked that she went home as soon as she did, but while she was there, she seemed to be a really great support system for everybody else. I do have a feeling, though, that Katya is going to win it, only because Katya was there longer and because she is so popular.
Yeah.
But as far as deserving it, I think that Max really, really deserves it. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens next week on the season finale of RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, before we go, Rosemary, I want to ask you, was there any other standout moment or anything that comes to mind that you just enjoyed this season?
I enjoyed the entire season. There were some moments where we learned a great deal about the queens. There were some very touching moments, like when Pearl was speaking to little Matthew and telling him, you know, what to expect out of life. That was extremely, extremely touching. And then there was, you know, a lot of, you know, funny moments, you know, us learning that Miss Fame enjoyed raising chickens. It was really interesting. This set of queens was really very lively, very colorful, very lively. I enjoyed them.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. Those were some of my favorite moments too. One other moment that stood out to me, and I think that will last in my head forever, especially when I hit the dance floor, is the Pearl Smash.
The Pearl Smash. That was the only highlight of the Born Naked video.
I know. Everybody's doing the Pearl Smash now. Next up was the Meatiest Tuck Award given to Katya, where Katya said, I believe it was the great American artist Bob Ross who said, the key to a swollen vagina is courage.
I didn't get that, to be honest. I didn't
oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I didn't get it.
You're so straight. Oh my gosh. Picture a swollen vagina where the labia and the clitoris and everything is just swollen. It would take a lot of courage to enter that area.
Oh! Okay.
Oh my gosh, you're so fucking straight. I love it.
Never mind. I'm not straight, I'm just ignorant.
Did you get it now?
Yes, I got it now.
Well, I think that's enough on that one. Oh my gosh. I'm dying over here. Well, that was a really great, fun season of RuPaul's Drag Race. I can't believe it's come to an end already.
I know. That was quick.
Next week we find out who wins. I will be happy with any one of the three that wins. I think they all did a great job. They all brought something completely different to the table.
Yep. They're all fascinating in their own way. They're all fascinating. I would like to see, you know, of course, because I've been a fan of hers since the beginning, I would love to see Pearl win. But my gut tells me that Violet is going to take it for some reason.
I don't know. I really, really can't pick it. Like I said, you know, last week when we talked, each of them deserve it for a different reason.
Yeah.
And it really depends on what RuPaul's mindset is at right now. You know, what she's looking for and what she sees in the future for drag.
Yeah.
So I'm a little, I don't know what's going to happen. It'll be a surprise, but I could see all three of them winning, and I would support any one of the three of them winning.
Me too. I agree.
All right, everybody. Next week's the finale. I know you're going to be watching it. We will be watching it too. After you watch that, you come back over here and you watch Drag Chat while we discuss the finale and the queen who won and the queen who wins Miss Congeniality. And of course, we'll be drag catting and drag ratting everybody.
That's right.
They think just because it's the end, just because it's the finale, that we're done. No, that's not going to happen, honey. We're still coming at them. We still got an empty dumpster and a bucket full of cheese waiting for that right out there. So until next week, you do us both a favor. You have a great week. You have a lot of fun, and you get home safe. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at DragChat.
Follow us on Facebook.
Don't forget to subscribe by clicking below.